Agriculture markets in India. This is session 3 under Sustainable Agriculture and Risk Management stream. Gold is gold when it is sold. What farmers produce is no less precious than gold, yet their income levels have not augmented commensurately. Clearly, something is missing. What is required is to ensure just two things: getting the prices right and getting the markets right. Just getting the prices right may be a necessary condition but not sufficient. Imagine a situation when farmers get most lucrative prices but half of their marketable surplus remain unsold. They will still be left high and dry. Market and marketing are interconnected. Market is a place which facilitates exchange of goods and services. When it is in physical form, it is referred to as a marketplace, and when it is digital in nature, it is market space. On the other hand, marketing system helps to direct and crystallize demand, develop capacity to ensure operational and pricing efficiency. Marketing efficiency is to be achieved by reducing dispersion between prices paid by consumers and those received by the farmers. Until 1960s, agriculture was largely a subsistence economy. One third of India's agriculture production was non-monetized. There was a low marketable surplus leading to stunted exchange function of marketing. In post-Green Revolution, non-monetized situation of 1960s changed. Agriculture markets, policy and institution developed to facilitate sale of farm produce. Agriculture markets geared up to play an exchange function to make agriculture a profit-oriented commercial activity. With a view to improve the functioning of markets and liberalizing agriculture trade, the Agriculture Produce Market Committee, that is APMC Act 2003, came into being. It was expected to increase private sector participation in marketing and processing. However, this did not happen. The farmers should be able to evacuate the entire surpluses from their farm gates to demand centers. So far, the focus of marketing has been only on price discovery. At best, 45% to 50% of marketable surplus in India get integrated with marketing. Even if we ensure the best prices for this much production, remaining more than half of the marketable surplus still fail to get monetized. We should aim at evacuating all the surpluses of all the commodity from all corners of the country to demand center. Here we are to look beyond APMC and see how to meet demand in consumption center or export demand. Else farmer would continue to suffer from distress sales. According to one study, rupees 93,000 crore worth of agriculture produce in India was wasted in a year only because farmers were not able to channelize this in the marketing system. If we had good logistics, good warehouses and could identify the demand center well in time, this amount would have gone in the hands of farmer. Thereby their income would have augmented by that much amount. Due to gaps in storage and marketing infrastructure and absence of post-harvest protocols, the country suffers huge post-harvest losses. Agriculture production system or agriculture supply system has changed over time, and marketing function as a response system has also changed slowly and steadily. The state is divided into several market areas, each of which is administered by separate APMCs. This imposes its own marketing regulation. The entire focus of agri reforms up to 2014 was on improving production and productivity. The post-2040 reforms in agriculture is the period of robustness of agri reforms. The emphasis shifted to direct benefit transfer, ENAM, that is Electronic National Agriculture Market. ENAM sought to integrate mandis and address information asymmetry so as to ensure price realization by farmers. Under ENAM, 1000 mandis have been integrated and consequently volume of trade has also augmented. The government has made pioneering efforts towards aggregation and economic inclusion of small and marginal farmers in agri-business activities by enhancing access to credit and creating strong marketing linkages. Over 10,000 farmers produce organizations, that is FPO, have been formed. The Essential Commodity Act 1955 was born in a scarcity economy 65 years ago. The act came into being at a time of food deficit when it was imperative to have such an act in place. Notwithstanding the fact that this act is out of sync with the current ground reality of marketed surplus production of food in the Indian agrarian economy, it was allowed to continue to be in vogue against the interests of farmers at large. Only in 2002, EC Act was tinkered with for the first time and merely 14 commodities were taken out of the Act. Now in 2020, it has been defanged and will go a long way in augmenting the farmers' income levels. If government enables farmers to have direct marketing system whereby they can connect to ultimate purchasers without routing through APMC, farmers would be able to realize full value of their produce. This would be a game changer as it would ensure that exporters, wholesalers start going to the farm gates rather than farmers coming to mandi, and it will also facilitate capturing value of every grain, every ounce. Farmers are now having more information about price trends, demand, and now realize better prices of their produce. They are more empowered more than ever before. Farmers Produce Organization, FPOs, Farmer Produce Company, FPCs play a pivotal role in facilitating marketing. They are now promoted to mobilize small and marginal farmers and can be contracting party if so authorized by the farmers. Way ahead, agriculture marketing need to move from farm to fork to farm, implying that production decisions should not be independent of demand, but demand should emit signals to farmers to what to produce. This will facilitate them calibrating and designing their produce in tune with the demand. Only then farmers as entrepreneurs can benefit from marketing, wastage can be minimized, and the value of every grain can be monetized. There are several post-harvesting technology which need to be adopted. The focus should not only be on production infrastructure but also on post-production infrastructure. Robust supply chain is necessary from production to consumption. Rupees 100,000 crore allocated for infrastructure recently in May 2020 will go a long way in improving the cause of farmers. Niti Aayog, just as an example, has identified agriculture as an area where high-tech emerging technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain could be used. The country is committed to Digital India and one of its important pillars is agriculture. India has adopted well to the high-tech in the last few years. A game-changer ordinance titled the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Ordinance 2020 came into effect in June 2020. This creates new opportunity for farmers to sell their produce wherever and to whomsoever they like. The virtual monopoly of APMC is expected to end sooner than later. When farmers are enabled to move across the border, they would get the right price. The new law will also free farmers to take their produce to most lucrative markets. Contract Farming Ordinance. The Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Service Ordinance 2020 created a legal framework to allow farmers to enter into contract with the processor, exporters, aggregators, and large retailers so that farmers have some certainty over price they will receive. This allows to enter into a contract farming arrangement for a minimum of one crop cycle in case of crops or one production cycle in case of livestock. The maximum period for such an arrangement will be 5 years. Amendment to Essential Commodity Acts 1955 enables better price realization for farmers. Now, the farmers' welfare has been brought to the center of development agenda. These new reforms will get the markets right for farmers and enable them to realize the prices right. There is a credible hope that Indian agrarian society may find renewed global predominance.